had the strangest thing happen to me last night. Honestly, my story is incomplete. And what I attribute to being strange more than anything is the fact that I kind of sensed that this was gonna happen. It's me having one of those instances of seeing the future, but not quite how I imagined. Last night, I was at the gym taking a shower. One of the things that I'm always very aware of is how open to the world that is. You have the front doors of the gym, and then there's no door to the locker room. Within the locker room, there is no door to get into the area of the bathroom, as well as the area of the showers. Literally, the only thing protecting me from the outer world is the curtain. And this particular location only has one single curtain. I have been to other gyms where you have two sets of curtains. The shower, you're facing it, there's one curtain, and then there's like a little bit of space for you to undress, and then at the tub itself there is another set of curtains. So basically you have one single layer, undress, and then behind those, prior to you stepping into the shower, there is a set of two, the plastic one and then another cloth one. That is my favorite location. But for some reason, last night, as I was taking a shower, I want to say I was about 30 to 35 minutes into my shower. On Mondays, my showers tend to be the longest because I wash my hair and I shave and I condition. It's going to take me a minute. I want to say that was about 35 minutes in. I hear a lady, I don't catch the very beginning of it. All that I catch is her going like, "I just want to make sure you're okay." And 2 seconds later, opens the curtain, my curtain. But I happened to be with my back turned, and I have a leg up on the little step that they have. It's more like a bench for you to sit. I happened to be shaving. And as I'm turning around, I hear the, "Oh, I'm sorry." So I didn't even get to see what she looked like. And on top of that, I don't have my glasses on, therefore my vision is super blurry anyway, but I couldn't tell anything about her. I didn't see anything about her. I don't know what her hair color was. I don't know her height. I know nothing. My reaction to that was, of course, I was bothered. But then I said, that was weird. I said it like that tone, about that volume. She didn't say anything else, but she continued to kind of like sigh. It was like, something like that. It was like she was frustrated. So I want to know what happened there. Was she looking for somebody else? Did she think I was somebody else? Or did she step into the bathroom about half an hour prior and then she realized that I was still taking a shower? Maybe she was alarmed that I had been taking a shower for the past half hour and she just wanted to peek. The way I see it is I think she thought I might have been someone she knew, because I don't know about you guys, but instinctively, if you're concerned about somebody, especially if you think that someone may be hurt or unconscious or some shit, instinctively I would tell an employee to do the investigation for me. But if you want to do the investigation yourself, I think in that situation the best thing to do would be to lift the curtain from the bottom, a little bit of a peek, and from a distance observe if their feet are standing, or if you happen to see a whole body just stooped over or slouching or lying flat on their face or on their back, then you can alarm yourself ever so slightly if you see someone on the ground just from peeking. But to completely open up a curtain, there is just no way that if you know who you're going to look at, if you know who you're looking for, there's no way that she did not notice my stuff. She noticed my towel, she noticed my gym bag, she noticed the shoes that I leave right outside, she noticed the plastic bag where I put my dirty clothes, and she noticed the sweaty clothes that I leave hanging on the little rod. I use it as a temporary dryer of my clothes. I don't think that she thought I was somebody she knew, because that alone ought to tell her, oh, nobody who I know owns these bags. That's one thing. And second, even if you're concerned about me as a stranger, again, when you said, I just want to make sure you're okay, she did not try to attract my attention at all. I didn't know she was talking to me. She could have tapped on the rod of my shower, or she could have very discreetly slid her hand against the wall without opening the curtain and kind of go like beat on it and be like, hey, sorry to bother you, I just want to make sure you're okay. And I would have said yes. But as soon as you say, I just want to make sure you're okay, and then you open my curtain, you didn't even give me a second to associate that you're addressing me. And on top of that, even if I would have known it's me, you didn't even give me a chance to let you know yes or no. And because I didn't see who it was, I didn't make a big deal of it. I just said that was super weird. I know that if I were to go to the front and say something, she could get banned for that. I'm pretty sure. But again, all that she saw was my back and possibly my rear end and all that. But that shit just bothers me because there is no indication that I was under any kind of threat. Water didn't splash. I didn't fall. I didn't slip. I didn't trip. I did not make any kind of noise. The only noise was the shower water running. That was it. I wasn't bleeding. There's nothing indicating to you that there's something abnormal happening in that shower. Now, what I do remember is that someone else walked in. She got into the dressing room from what I heard. And then someone was looking for somebody else, but I couldn't tell if the voice that replied, this was like an older lady's voice that I believe peeked into my shower. A younger voice called out to someone, but I couldn't tell if it was that same lady, the first voice that I heard and the one that I associate with having peeked into my shower. But something about that lady just felt off, especially her reaction afterward. At least she said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then she closed the curtain pretty immediately. I want to say within 2-3 seconds she was out of my business. But I just thought it was strange, and the reason I'm tripping is because I have always been aware of that possibly happening, and I've always wondered how would it happen and how I would react. So now I have a story, but I hate that my story is incomplete because nothing else happened. All of the details I have told you are all of the details that I was able to observe. She didn't have a reaction, which I think is the best thing to do, when I said that was weird. I think that maybe she was a little out of it. She might be someone who needs help, someone who cannot be by themselves. Maybe she was looking for a helper. I don't know. She must have gotten confused, but she did not sound normal. Something about her voice indicated to me that she's not fully independent, put it that way. So yeah, I think that was strange, that was crazy, that was bizarre. I think that before you resort to invading someone's privacy like that, you need to try smarter ways to find out about someone's well-being. What about the people who maybe their English is limited, or they could be wearing headphones too? Anything could have happened. You just cannot be peeking into people's business like that. I know how I would have handled it because I have thought about it. I'm like, if I were to hear something or if someone were to ask for help, I know exactly what I would do. And if they're still conscious, I would be like, do you wish for me to step in or get you help, or what can I do for you? At least throw a towel on you, something. That shit, it bothered me. And after that, of course, I had about 10 more minutes to go with my conditioner and finishing up my shaving and the rest. And at that point I was like, man, I'm done. I stepped out. I didn't do anything to my hair. I didn't put deodorant on. I didn't put any lotion on. I just went straight into the dressing room, put my clothes on, and I was ready to leave. But yeah, you guys, I really wish that I had this story more clear, but it was just such a weird experience. But I'm more weirded out that I was seeing into the future about this at some point. I had this thought about a month ago. For some reason, I just had a thought of my curtain being open, but I couldn't tell that this was the situation. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have ever had any weird experiences in public. Ideally, I wouldn't take a shower at the gym, but I just have to because I have been particularly sweaty lately, which I used to not sweat. But on top of that, it's just gross. You sweat and then you're going to come into your car all sweaty, and I know these seats absorb moisture like that, and yeah, it would smell weird in here. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.